There's a new competition right here on CBS, and it's not between the three of us that will test friendship and start rivalries. It's called Buddy Games. So here's the premise. It brings together 6 groups of friends who compete each week in a crazy outdoor physical and mental challenges for the chance to win the top prize of $200,000. We like that. Josh Duhamel is a creator, executive producer, and host of this reality show. It's based on his own annual tradition with his childhood friends. Josh Duhamel, we welcome you to CBS Mornings. You know what I like about this show? I think anytime you can see grown-ass people act like children, that's a win. And that's what's happening on this show, based on you and your friends.
I could see you 3 competing.
Definitely.
You guys would be a formidable group.
Yeah.
I know, but Josh, there's a thing where the team members have to vote somebody off. I know who'd be going first. Gayle, see ya.
Oh, I don't know,
Yeah,
Gayle.
see ya. No.
You're sneaky. You're sneaky.
Sneaky athletic.
But no, you're right. This truly is. It's like a big adult summer camp, and that was sort of the idea behind it, based on what my friends and I have done.
What do you guys do? You and your friends.
We usually, well, there's a few staples. Of course, there's golf, and then there's wiffle ball. But there's always 1 or 2 ridiculous games that we come up with every year that I think is what CBS really loved about this. And I think that people are watching the show are going to see themselves in one of these groups, and they're going to want to compete, because it's not like some other show where you're out there by yourself. You don't have to be a super ninja. You don't have to be able to be a survivalist and starve yourself. You just have to have a strong group who can rise up together. And I think that there's people like that all over the world, that would want to compete.
And the groups actually get stronger as they compete together, looking for that prize money. And it gets emotional at times.
Very emotional.
Does.
How do you explain that?
Well, that first episode, I don't want to give anything away, but that first episode, something happens and they got really emotional. I was like, stop, it's the first episode.
You're a long season ahead.
I wasn't expecting the emotion either, though, because people really get into it. You've got pageant queens, the Derby group, the gay pride group, the Chicago finest. Everybody has their own identity. And you can see them all gelling and competing together.
But we mentioned the groups getting stronger, but it also tests friendships. Like, what did you see when it came to relationships, some being built stronger, some fractured?
Well, one of my prerequisites, if you will, or one of the things I asked about the when we cast this thing, was to make sure that these groups were ride or die. These guys have a long history. They've known each other forever. They've been through all the highs and lows. And those were the groups that did really well. It wasn't necessarily the ones that were the most athletic, but it's the ones who understood the strengths and weaknesses. And to your point, Nate, the group that fell apart first was a team that didn't know each other as well as the other ones.
That's a parallel to life right there.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to make old friends.
No, Josh,
it really is.
There's a competition, guys, called swag, drag, or gag. Gag, you eat food that you don't know what it's going to be. Drag, you're dragging this very, very, very heavy thing. Swag, you compete naked. You run naked. Which would you choose?
You just tear all your clothes off and run.
Yes. Which would you do?
I would do swag. That seems like the
Running naked?
Tony.
All you gotta do is run naked, right?
That's what Josh said. I would do gag.
Very easy.
What would you do?
I'll go swag.
Running naked?
Yeah.
It's easier.
Easy.
Gotta watch out for the bugs.
You don't have to eat a big bowl of nasty macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, you don't have to drag
But Nate, then people see your cellulite.
Cellulite. I mean, look, that's the last thing I'm worried about is seeing.
I'm talking about my cellulite.
Well, they can blur. It's network TV. They just blur it out.
Yeah.
But you do have all sort of redunculous competitions, and it is interesting how people bond together. You could also see people fracturing. That surprised me too.
Yeah, like you said, it is dramatic. It's emotional. It's highly competitive. It's really funny and wild. But yeah, those relationships, what I was not expecting is, you've got all these people living in this big cabin together.
Yeah.
I was expecting teams to be going at each other's necks, but it was really within some of the groups that they started falling apart.
Is it preparing you for a new baby on the way? You have a new baby coming.
Oh, nice segue, Gayle.
Yeah, is it preparing you for a new baby
That's why she get paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Josh.
Thank you very much.
You ready? Because your oldest son is 10. You have another baby coming.
Yep.
So are you ready? That's a big age gap.
Man, I hope I'm ready. I'm 50.
I think you're ready.
I think you're ready.
I'm ready. I am definitely ready, and this is why I'm here. I want to be a dad.
Yes.
I try to be as successful as you can professionally and do all the things, but when you're old and gray and everybody forgets about you, your family doesn't.
Yes.
And that's really what you want around you, and that's I want to have as much.
All right, don't make us cry, man. Come on. Come on.
Oh, the first
See
episode.
what I did there?
Your gray is really very, very quite attractive. And 50 is good.
Thank you.
The bugle playing, I don't want to say anything about your bugle playing.
Hey, I played trumpet in grade school.
He knows what he's
I just
doing.
love that you
Josh
chose
Duhamel.
bugle as the launch instrument.
Well, it was because I'm a big Vikings
Here
fan.
we go. The
Right?
Viking
Is that
horn.
it?
But
That's where it came from.
I don't see the connection exactly, but
Well, the horn goes.
but that's a
Thank you, Josh
horn and that's a
Duhamel.
bugle. Okay, fine.
I just
All right.
forgot my horn at home, and they had a bugle in the cabin that we.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
say this.
All right.
Buddy Games premieres tonight at 9 o'clock, 8 Central, right here. Where, Josh?
Right here on CBS.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
available on stream on
Buddy.
Paramount Plus.